Hey everybody, welcome to Halloween High Five. We are in week 4 and this is an awesome month. We love October. There's lots of people who are wanting to get healthy. We wanted to give you some more tips and tricks. And so I asked Shantelle Flake and her team to lead today and go over a little bit about like getting the word out and really some like concrete steps to take. And I know that Shantelle and her team have been really successful with this principle, which is why I asked her to teach on it. So I'm going to throw it over to Shantelle.
Hello. Okay, so I'm like out of breath because you guys, this is real life right now. No, my little girl was like banging on the door and my husband's outside and he was going to watch her and she was like banging on the door. So I had to run her out there and say, hurry, watch her while I do this training. Anyway, gotta love it. So I'm a little out of breath. Okay, everybody, actually, let's do this together. Deep breaths. We actually did that a bunch of times at Sundance. Doctor was like, okay, stop, breathing break. It just helps so much. Okay, I am super excited about today. First of all, we got an awesome training for you. I want first to highlight Sandy and tell her congratulations on executive director. You guys, like she decided at the beginning of this month, she was on one of our other trainings for a team and gave us some of her goal tips and everything. It's super inspirational right there. So I wanted her to come on real quick and just give us a few tips on acquiring clients, especially this month. She set a goal to acquire 12 clients by the 20th. She totally did, and she's like exceeded that goal. But just as we're this high five group, which is so fun, you know, acquiring your 5 clients, everybody have mine is up here. You guys, I got one more client to go and I'm so excited. It's been the best thing for me to focus on something. So whatever that goal is for you, love it. Focus on that. But Sandy, why don't you give us some of your best tips on how you've been focusing on this high five group?
Best tips. I don't know if they're the best. This is what I did. I followed the directions. I did everything you guys told me to do. There you go. There's the tips. Nothing new. No, I basically did what Amber said on the first call about doing the little teaser before it was coming out or whatever, that to just get people kind of seeing the banner and things like that. And then I did my live video. And in my live video, I went over it like 10 times because people kept coming on at later times in the thing. And then I did another post after my live video. And then, yeah. And just from that live video, that's where all my people came from. So I have like 55 non-clients in this Halloween Blitz. And then I have my 20 clients in there as well. So
amazing. Love that. And that is the magic of just following the system right there. And I love these challenges, how it gives us somewhere to focus in on that. And if anyone's sitting there going, oh, dang it, I wish I were like Sandy, that I would have gotten on this like weeks ago so that I could have the same results, I'd say it's not too late. Like you could literally recreate that the next 10 days. Or how many days are left? 7 days left in the challenge? Like what about if you just added somebody on the last day of the challenge and said, hey, I have this awesome group and we've been doing this for the past 10 days and you get to go back and watch all of them for all of the posts for the last 10 days. So really this is what we're focusing on for especially the next 7 days as we're finishing this up. So with these 55 people, I love that, Sandy. Thank you for sharing. And Sandy and I were talking about this, like what to do next. How, you know, this challenge is great to have them get an idea of what Optavia is. Now we get to really share what we do as coaches, because the main goal is not just, it's kind of like almost a mean joke if we don't actually tell them what this is all about. It's like, hey, there's this amazing thing. You get this little sneak peek and then just kidding. You can't know anything more. It's like the next 10 days are just a sliver in what they can do. And so giving them that, whetting their appetite and saying, okay, this is actually what we really do. And I'm actually interested in helping you lifelong. Like people are flattered by that you are willing to say, hey, I'm going to hold hands with you. Let's do this together. So Sandy and I were talking about how the next step is getting on the phone. And so really connecting with them and doing a health assessment with them. So we're going to go over ways on how to do that and make sure you guys know exactly how to take it from either Facebook friends or just them in the challenge to actually doing a health assessment, taking it to the phone. I have another friend that I was talking to this morning. Tammy, are you on? Not sure if she's on yet. So Tammy Perrin is another coach, and we were actually just talking about this, how, I don't know if anybody has experienced the wow factor. Anybody know what the wow factor is? Raise your hand if you know. Okay, so the wow factor is literally when people walk up to you and say, wow, you lost a bunch of weight, sign me up. And they're literally knocking down your door, right? Those of you who have had amazing weight loss experiences, people really do knock down your door because they want to know. There are a certain percentage of people that come to you because they just are amazed by your results. Now, I've seen this trend. I've been a mentor coach for almost 7 years now. I've seen this trend of people going, wow, oh my gosh, you've lost weight. And then they sign all these people up, you know, who knows, they get their CAB bonus, they're feeling super good about themselves, or even some people get to executive director and they're like, this health coaching thing is super cool because this is so easy, right? Then there's other people like myself who did not have a weight loss story, who'd never had one person coming up to me and saying, wow. And I was super jealous of people that got the wow factor. But my first step, I want to tell you my first step and what I did, which is a lot of you who had the wow factor, it's going to be your second step, is actually getting the word out. Actually being the one to initiate and create that interest. Because I'm just sitting here, if I just sat in my office and just, when I first became a health coach, I'm like, well, I'm a health coach and bring it on. Like, I'm ready for business. Nobody knows. Not one person knows about what I do. So I have to be willing to put myself out there, right? Explain, tell people what I'm doing. So that's why it's so, so, so powerful. So if you feel like, if you're in that phase, okay, I have to go back. You guys, people get stuck because some people, when they have the wow factor, and then after the wow factor, they say, well, I'm out of people. I'm pretty much gone through all my contacts. Anybody have coaches that have said that before? Or maybe you. No, not you guys, but like them, right? They say that. And it's a common thing where we get stuck and say, well, they would have come, they would have, if they wanted, they would have asked. And it's actually totally not true. Totally not true. This is just the second, you get to move into the second phase of health coaching. You're out of the wow factor, and now you actually get to learn the training steps that are going to sustain you for the rest of your health coaching business. So just be really glad if you did have a wow factor. That's just a super bonus. Now we actually get to work as a health coach and explain and share what we're doing. So there's actually a really cool document. I'm going to share my screen. Not sure which screen. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, so on your coaching group, whatever coaching group you have, go to the simple systems. Everybody knows where to find simple systems. Click on that and this amazing document. We're going to go off of this Facebook protocol document right here. So if you just click on that, this is where the magic happens, okay? And this is obviously just based off of social media. It can be Facebook, Instagram, any kind of platform you're gonna use pretty similarly if you are private messaging people. And it goes down for information about your Facebook grand opening. But I'm gonna really focus on how to take it to the phone and getting the word out on social media. I actually have a video that we'll post along with this that I made that explains this. But it's so important that I want to go over this. I've actually talked to a lot of my coaches lately and asked them how they've acquired their last clients. And you guys, it is astronomically amazing to me that most of the numbers are from this exact thing. Like, this is a way you can acquire clients. If you are doing a lot of things on social media and not acquiring clients, this is your missing piece right here. So when somebody says something on Facebook. So you're doing your 3, 3, and 3. Okay. We all got that down. We've done training on 3, 3, and 3. If you don't know what 3, 3, and 3 is, ask your mentor coach. But that's just basically where you're an active presence on Facebook. You're adding new friends, you're starting new conversations, you're making posts. This actually falls into the category of messaging, of the actual private messaging people. So you're going to look on those posts that you've made, those 3 posts a day, or however many you've decided on. You're going to see who's liking and commenting. Obviously, the comments are pretty obvious. If someone says, "Hey, what's your program?" Right? We obviously message them and ask them what's a number that you can call them and tell them or connect with them. Oh, it's right here. When people want to know more, I will send you okay, so you're going to comment in the thread. I'm going to send you a private message, tag them on it, and then right here, just dropping off the kids at practice or something relatable. Here's my cell phone number. What's your best number? And you're going to move it to the phone. If you find yourself writing more than 2 sentences of anything in private messenger, I just want there to be like a light bulb go off in your head, go phone, 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 take it to the phone. Anytime, right? Take it to the phone. And then that's when, because they commented on your post saying, what is this health program you're doing or whatever, obviously you're going to be doing a health assessment. So that'd fall under this category. And I'm pretty sure that's how Sandy was able to connect with a lot of her clients by doing this. Now, half of coaches stop here. They say, "Oh, good. Those are the people that just asked. That's so great." Now we have a whole new wave of people, you guys. It's the likes. People that like. I don't know if you have ever been on social media and you want to comment on something, or you feel really strong, like, "Oh my gosh, that was amazing." And you just click like and then you move on. Or how many times do you not even press like? That's a whole nother story there. But the people that press like, they're just in carpool lane and their kids are screaming. They just got to do something real fast. They don't have time to comment. They may or may not be interested. We don't know, but they press like. This is like a little clue. They are seeing your post and they may want more information. So it's this category that we go to. And literally copy and paste this, you guys. My best suggestion is not to come up with your own verbiage. Maybe switch a few words if it's not totally you, but I actually just use this exact same verbiage. And I say, "Hi, Susie, I've had a few spots just open up for me to really invest in some new clients. If you know of anyone looking to get healthier, lose weight, come off medications, want somebody to show them step-by-step how to do it and work with them, would you mind sending my info off to them? I'd appreciate it." Keep in mind, this is just somebody who liked your post. Okay? Send them this message. What are they going to message back? And obviously it's going to be different, but this is just a general idea of, how this conversation could go. "Sure. Yay, you're the best. Thank you." Okay. Now, here, this is where 99% of the coaches stop. They say, "Sweet, they're going to tell everybody that I'm a health coach, and by next month I'm going to be executive director. I'm so excited." But then that's the whole sit in my office, do nothing thing. You guys, no one's coming. So this is what I found. Maybe they'll come for you, but what I found, they're not calling yet. So this is the magic message right here. Can I give you a quick call, maybe early next week, to remind you what I do and to tell you what to send them? You guys, they have no clue what to tell them. They might have seen 3 before and afters on your posts or on your wall. They don't know what to tell people. Even if their mother-in-law were over at their house right there saying that they want to lose weight, they don't even know what to tell them. So you are offering, and they don't want to bug you. So we are offering to tell them what we do. And most of the time they're going to say sure, unless they don't see your post, or maybe they're just way crazy busy that they don't even have time to do that. But most of the time they'll say sure. And then that's when you get their phone number and the call there. Now, or in the message there. Now, here's the thing is when you get on the phone, a lot of my coaches say, "No, what would I say?" Now it's weird because you're just asking them to get on the phone and whatever. It's very simple. All you do is share your story. You guys, there is magic in your story. When you share a heartfelt story about what has happened to you, you guys, 7 months ago, I found something amazing and it has completely changed my life. I have so much more energy now, and B and C, and now I feel like D, E, and F, or whatever your story is. You're connecting with them. And then at the end of that, they're going to say, wow, that's amazing. I didn't really know that, or I saw a little bit and I didn't really understand the whole journey that you've been through. Then you're going to say, this is the key phrase after, is say, now, thank you so much again for liking my post. I really appreciate that. And this is what I say. That is a really good bridge. That bridges the gap, is you say, now, is this something that you would be interested in for yourself or for somebody else? And they say one or the other. They pick. So then now you know which direction to go. So there's no awkwardness or anything. They just say, you know what? I might be interested in myself. Or, oh, I don't know, maybe somebody, maybe my mother-in-law, or I don't know, I don't really have anybody that comes to mind, or whatever. Then you do one of the two things. You either do number 2 or number 3. Now, obviously, if they say I'm interested in myself, a lot of this happens so much, you guys. They didn't message you, but you just initiating it, all of a sudden, after hearing your story, they're like, yeah, actually, I kind of do want more information. I've kind of been interested in this. Then that's when you can either choose, if it's totally, you have nothing going on for the rest of the day, which hardly rarely happens, right? But you could set up that, you could say, hey, do you have 20 minutes? I would love to go over your goals with you. Or maybe just that's an appropriate time to set up another time that you can chat with them and do a health assessment. Or number 2 is if they say, oh, I don't, nobody really comes to mind, or they're just kind of like, you kind of put them on the spot, so they don't really know yet who comes to mind, just say, okay, well, then you guys, this is so easy. I can't even believe it. You click on this link, first of all, and you have this script waiting for you of this amazing verbiage of how just to help them get the word out. I am, so then you say, I am actually helping, well, you've already told your story, so you're going to come down here. If you come across anyone who would benefit from my help, can you help me connect with them? Yes. Thank you so much. I'll send you a quick email so you have the basics. What's your best email? Get the email, thanks for your help, and I'll plan to keep you updated on how things are going with you, if that's okay. Great. So now you just send them this thank you email. Another click, you guys. I can't believe how easy this is. Simple Systems is amazing. You click on this, and this actually gives you the exact thing to send to them, right? So it's not really the magic of this, honestly. This is just, most people just want them to send you something, and then, but now you're connecting with them in your connections email, where if you send like healthy tips every once in a while. So having the power, it's several different layers. It's them seeing this email, you being connected with them. It's them hearing your story. They have made that connection with you. It's like, can you see how that is so much more powerful than stopping way back at, way back here? Would you mind sending my info off to them? I'd appreciate it. Sure. Boom. That's where 99% of coaches stop, right there. Can you see the difference? Can you see why this would generate so many more people and inspiring them to be healthy? I know, I put myself back in that place of where I was, and there is no way that I would have become a client in the first situation if Amber would have like stopped here. This is not how my story went, but she would have sent me that. I would just been like, okay. Like, I definitely needed that personal touch. So, okay. So I want to hear, I have a couple, let me stop sharing my screen. So you don't have to look at like all my tabs that are open, my crazy brain. Okay. Hi guys. I want to, Heather, you are on, my dear. I would love for you to come on, and I'm going to open it up in just a minute for other people to share, but I want to hear like how you use this and how this has helped your business, Heather.
Okay. Hi everybody. So I pretty much have done exactly what is there in Simple Systems as far as when I make a post, everybody who comments on it, I make sure that I comment back and that I tag them in it. And if they're commenting just like a compliment, then I'll send them a personal message thanking them for their support, and then kind of seeing, like, gauging their interest to see if I can get them on the phone and tell them about it. If they are actually asking questions, then I usually will tag them that I'm sending them a private message, and then in the message, give them an invitation to the phone. So I'll ask them, I'll ask them, what's their cell phone number? Usually I'll tell them, something that I'm doing, like I'm giving my kids a bath or whatever. Can I call you later? And, get their cell phone number. I found that sometimes people get a little nervous because my posts aren't always just on my page. I ask my clients to post in groups or on their page and to tag me in it. So sometimes people don't know me at all. And so they might be nervous about giving me their cell phone number. So I always try to give them my number because I feel like that makes people feel like they can trust that they can give you. You're not like some weird person asking for their number. And so that makes it more easier for them too. But sometimes people still aren't willing to give you their number and they're like, well, can you just send it to me through Messenger? And so typically what I'll do is tell them like, well, it's just so much information. I would hate to not give you all of the great things that would be able to help you. Is there any way that we could talk another time and I could call you then? Sometimes people will realize, yeah, that is a lot. Okay, let me give you my number. But then sometimes you still have people that are really hesitant about giving that number out. And so in those situations, I will often ask them through Messenger just to tell me one or two of their health goals. And then I'll send them, I love to watch the old Habits of Health Zoom calls on YouTube. And so I'll try to find a call that relates to one of their health goals. And I'll say, hey, I found this. I think it would really help you with your goals. Watch it and then give me a call, and I'll give them my cell phone number. And 99% of the time, they call me right after they watch it. They're like really excited. They want to know, or they'll immediately message me, here's my cell phone. Can you call me at this time? Because they speak for themselves. Occasionally, though, I have had a couple of clients that who are actually my clients now, who even that, they were like, oh, thanks, that was a great video. Still didn't give me a cell phone number. And so I said, and they said, but they still wanted to know more. And so I sent them the well-being interest video that's in our follow-up email that we do with people, because it really does a good job. I'd rather give them something that explains the program. If it can't be me explaining it, something that like legitimately explains all the aspects of the program, then just give them the name and have them go find their own information. I want to be in control of the information to make sure they're getting the right information. So I'll send them that, and 100% of the people I have sent that to have actually signed up. So because it's a really great video, they call me and then we make that personal connection where I'm sharing, my story and how it's impacted me and how I know it can impact them. So that's the big thing. The people who like my posts, I don't send a message every single time they like my post because I'm posting so much. But at the end of the week, I'll sit down, and anyone who's liked my posts, I try to keep kind of a running record of people who've liked my health posts. And I'll try to send a message just thanking them for being super supportive and asking if there's any way I can support them, or anyone else that they care about, if there's anyone that I could support, and try to get their information that way. So that's really the main thing. Oh, the other thing I do whenever I comment, like, so if I have my post or if I am tagged in a post, I am strategic about when I comment back, because every time you comment, it bumps it back to the top of somebody's newsfeed. And so I won't just go through and go, thanks, like all at once. I'll do one, and then a couple hours later, I'll get back on and I'll do two. And then maybe that night I might do 2 or 3 more. Even though I might be seeing them as they come in, because I'm a little bit addicted to Facebook. I try not to do it all at once because I want to keep it fresh in people's news feeds. Otherwise, if you do it all at once, then once you're done, it stays there for an hour or two in people's news feeds, and then it moves down as other people comment on other things. So that's kind of a little good tip too. So that's pretty much it for me.
Amazing, Heather. Thank you for sharing all your tips. When Heather first became a coach, I actually used her as my example in the video that I made about what I just told you guys. And because I was like, yeah, Heather did it all right. Look, right here. See, she commented here. Look, oh, she did this and she took it, So I just love, Heather, how you follow the system. You make it super simple. It's just like what you do. So you don't have time to think like, oh my gosh, am I too scared to send that message? Like, that's just what we do. You don't have to overthink it. And and I love how you brought up, of course, I want to be clear, you're not messaging this to people every single time they like your post. Like, you look back and see if you've done it before, and, you're just going to do this once. And if they don't answer, then, maybe they want to come to an event another time. But yeah, we're not like spamming people, of course. And as you're talking, Heather, I was thinking about how, what you guys all think about your friends on Facebook. Okay, you can take this with any category of people, but you may have a couple thousand friends. Who knows? Think about all the people that know you. Okay, how many people actually know what you're doing as a health coach? Like, think about like a percentage. Put it in the chat thread. I want to see what percentage of people know what you do as a health coach. 20%, 50%. Anybody else want to chime in there? 1%. Whoa, Jared has some work to do. Okay. Okay, that was actually, I know Jared's catching on to my trick question because I know you're a thinker, Jared. It's, okay, keep coming in. Okay, lower than I think I bet. Okay, 5 to 10. Now, we think in our mind when we put a Facebook post up, we think, oh my gosh, everyone knows what I do and I work today and yay, okay, people will contact me if they're ready to do this. You guys, first of all, they don't see it. Second of all, they see it and their kids are screaming in the back. Like I said, the whole carpool situation here. Like I can think of a million scenarios where it literally takes up this much space in their brain. They're not thinking about you. They're not thinking about, like, we want to flatter ourselves and think that they think about us, but they're probably not. They're just not. We spend all this time like worrying about it, right? They're not thinking about us. Okay, now how many of those people that even see that post actually know what we're doing? I would say that the next step of knowing is that you've actually done a full health assessment with them. I would generally, that's kind of what I went to in my brain, like they know what we're doing is if I've actually done a health assessment. What percent, now let me ask this again, what percentage of your Facebook friends have you done a health assessment with? You guys, they don't know what we do. They're guessing what we do. They think we help people lose weight. They don't know that we're health. They don't know anything. Now, if we want to take it to the next level like Jared, is by saying, how many people actually really, really, really know what we do? I can guarantee that, well, I shouldn't guarantee because that's going to get me in trouble, but I could bet that if people knew what we're doing, they would be joining us. So they don't actually really know what we're doing, even if they have that health assessment. They know a sliver of what we do, but they don't really know. So it's just so funny how our mind likes to think that we've run out of people. We've talked to everybody. You guys, Jared's right. 1% of people know what we do. I'm sorry. I really don't think any one of us has scratched that surface because and the more and more we are around them in our community, the more and more they're going to learn about that and greater understand. I actually don't even understand to the level that Jared and Amber do, because they've been around longer. They are my mentors. And I am learning. I'm understanding more of what we do in Optavia, but we're still learning. I wanted to, I want to open it up for comments because I think we could have a really good comments, but I have one more person. I want to bring on Lori. And then, oh, we're running out of time. You guys, this is so fun. So fun. Okay, Lori Muse, are you on? Are you in a place where you can hop off mute for a second?
Can you hear me? Sorry.
There you are. There you are. Okay. I want to hear how you've utilized this and any comments you have.
Yeah. A lot of similar things to what Heather just said. I use it straight from Simple Systems. So, I do something similar. I keep track of the likes and the comments, and I'll go back in and send private messages. The only difference I will say is, thanks so much for supporting me. Sometimes it's scary to put that information up there and to be vulnerable. So I'm so grateful for the support that you give me. And I'm just so passionate about it that's why I'm willing to put it out there. And then I'll put that wording that's from Simple Systems in there. And it's been interesting how many people get back and say, you know what, I was gonna message you. I've really wanted to talk to you, but I just didn't have the chance. So when you messaged me, it reminded me that I needed to talk to you. So I've actually gotten quite a few clients just from sending that message, people that were, they were ready. They just get busy. Life just gets busy. So when you send those messages, it reminds them, oh, okay, there's that person that does that thing that I need help with. So I think it's just being really consistent, staying on top of it, keeping track, following up. A lot of times people won't respond. And I remember at the beginning, I would think, oh, they didn't respond, so I'm bugging them. But when I started doing the 2 and 3 check-ins, it wouldn't be like every hour I'd check back with them, but I would consistently check back in with them. And probably 9 times out of 10, they would come back and say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was not ignoring you. This, and this happened. So it's actually really rare that they feel like we're pestering them. But like Liz was saying in her Tuesday 20 last week, if we don't follow up, life just gets busy. So I think it's just follow simple systems, use that wording, and then follow up with the phone call. If my coach at the time had not done that, I would not have done this program. It was her asking me to have a conversation so that I could refer for her that got me to try this program. So just remember, what helped you get there, and don't be afraid to share that.
That is so powerful, Lori. You're kind of like a rock star, like health coach today, like you're a movie star. But it's so true. Like I'm remembering your story about how your coach actually called you out of the blue and said, I really want you to look at this. And that's pretty bold. Like, when's the last time I did that? I don't even know. Like probably years that I've done something like that. But it was just, who knows? Who knows if it's their time? Like, pay attention to that. Pay attention to the people who are on your heart that may be watching what you do. So powerful. Okay, Jessica Golding is on here too. Jess, I'm going to pull you out. Are you on here, girlfriend? Jess is like the master of Facebook. I always tell her, I'm like, you were like amazing. I didn't see you on until just now. I apparently didn't go to the second page. But do you have anything else to add about this? Because I know this is like really how you have built your business.
Honestly, this is how I built my business. Most of my clients have actually come from Facebook, and it's free. It's a great way we can really stay connected and get to know people. My only advice would be to make sure that you are keeping the conversations genuine and that you actually like people. At the beginning of when I first was a coach, I didn't know everything, obviously. And now I'm realizing how much more I do appreciate those genuine conversations and being real, because it really is about relationships. This whole program is for them. It is for every single client. So that's why the touches are so important. And just loving on people really does make a big difference. And being honest in everything that you say and what you believe. That's all I have to add with the whole Facebook thing. I do forward. That's something that really has helped me, where I ask them about their family. I ask them about their occupation. I ask them about what they do for recreation, what they like to do for fun. And then I ask them about their dreams. And usually in that conversation, they ask me what I do, and I'm able to say, hey, can I ask you a question about what I do? And I always ask them, and they say, no, fine. I don't have time for that. Moving on to the next one. Sounds great. So, but usually they'll be like, yeah, I'd love to hear what you do. And then that's when I put in the copy and paste exactly what Shantelle read.
Yep. I love it. Jess, thanks so much for tying that all together. Just saying it is about the relationships. You guys, this is what I have learned, I've learned this over and over and over again, is that Facebook, it's like, we're here. Facebook is here. No, we're here, they're here. Facebook and social media and all these different ways are to bridge the gap, okay? It helps us access people, but it doesn't replace the people. It just helps us get to the people. And that's what it's all about. That's the whole purpose of why we're on social media. It's about the people, and we want to help the people. So thank you. That was exactly, I couldn't say it better, Jess. Thank you. Anything else to add, Amber?
I love this training. Oh my gosh. I am going to make sure that all the coaches get this playback. So good. You guys. Oh, go ahead, Kat.
I'm so sorry. I was just thinking about what Heather was doing, and I want to point out something she did that I think is so awesome. We always teach best practices in these trainings, right? Like, best practice is someone's going to get on the phone with you and they're going to do a health assessment. But I love that Heather's not giving up on that. Like, oh, I guess I don't want to talk. Next. She's like, okay, well, I'll send this video. And it's like being creative. It's like not giving up. It's like caring more about them than you do about what you think they think of you. And I just think that's so powerful. And I'm not going to say I've never done health assessments in Messenger, because there have been people that it's like, I'll just, fine, let's talk about your goals right now. If texting is the only thing you can do, and I have had people sign up, but guess what? They don't stick around because they're not integrated. So the best practices are there for a reason, but I love being creative. I love the send them a video. Don't give up on people just because they don't act interested right now or don't want to get on the phone. Like, sometimes I think we just go, okay, next. And I think I love what Heather talked about. So I just thought that was important to bring up.
I love that, Kat. And also to utilize the Optavia Transformations group too. I've had a lot of success with that. If you can't, help someone get on the phone, add them to that group. All of a sudden they're seeing all these people who are successful, and they're seeing a whole community of people. Like, how many are in that group? Oh my gosh, everyone's doing this. They might be more apt to get on the phone. So good points. Okay, guys, love it. Love this training. Great job, Shantelle and team. And I'm really excited. I'm excited about this month. I'm excited about the momentum going into next month. And just keep it up, you guys. Keep loving the people. Oh, and real quick, I was going to say, Shantelle was like, oh, I never just call people out of the blue. That's what we did before Facebook, you guys. We just call people out of the blue. It's totally okay. If you want to do that, you totally can. I promise. You just call people out of the blue. And, hey, how you doing? So anyway, love it. Okay, thanks, guys. We will see you soon.